Hello everyone and welcome to the 8th round of the GPVWC Superlights Championship, and today we are at Silverstone, and as always we start with qualifying. And to be fair, quali wasn't ideal for us. The setup was more built on race pace, which was a mistake because, as you will see later in the race, you cannot overtake as easy as you may think on Silverstone, because with the fast corners and the DS trains it's basically impossible to overtake. And also I run a completely different setup to Joseph, which may have resulted in a not ideal way for Joseph, but it is what it is. In the end I had a setup that I wasn't allowed to share, so yeah, it's not the ideal way to work as a teammate, and after that run I decided to work more on the setups alone and decided to work more with Joseph together, but it is what it is. Also, apologies for the little inactivity with the videos. It's not what we planned to, but we were really busy behind the scenes, and hopefully we can show you more later this year. But yeah, you see, the laps weren't that bad, but yeah, we just lacked massive pace, and at least in quali, in the race pace, we were one of the fastest cars. But yeah, over the line, P5 and P10, which was at the time our worst qualifying result. Going on to the race, 5 lights are on, and away we go. I knew this was probably the only chance I could make up some ground, as the same for Joseph. I go on the outside of Dragoon, go ahead of him, try to attack Micah, but Micah defends it on the inside, and now Dragoon is going for a little move, and yeah, a little bit of contact. Dragoon makes it back past. Joseph is fighting with the TTF car and got a bit one wide, and the King's Racing car is ahead as well. Now I try to go on the outside of Dragoon. Dragoon again runs into me, and now he goes a bit wide, and this is P4 for me. Joseph is still fighting the TTF of Canapino, I think. And now I try to have a go at Matthäus Micah, but yeah, I thought better of it. It's the first step, and I am still leading this championship, and yeah, just need to somehow finish ahead of Jose Soriano, who's in P2 at the moment and leading as Norbert Jakob. Is fighting for his first race win actually, which is nice to see for him. Has been improving a lot, and as well as for the car. In the Devil Open War we are basically a bit behind, and you see that in our results. In the first few races we were clearly always both top 3, top 4, but when the cars began to have more upgrades and stuff, it just went worse. And now onto the final sector on lap 2, Dragoon is now really close, and Dragoon is using push to pass, and the DS and slipstream goes to the inside. I try to close the door, but yeah, Dragoon goes through the inside and makes a move, sticks, and yeah, I didn't want to fight too much, as I didn't want to lose the DS to the guys ahead. Now Joseph, onto lap 3 we see a spinner, that's Lucas Murno. That's gonna be really important later in the race, because yeah, as you see Murno now, Joseph is about to enter into the pit lane. It was a late move by Murno, and yeah, Murno just breaks way too late and hits Joseph into the diffuser, which resulted into damage for Joseph, which he had to repair. And yeah, you see Murano now about 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 seconds ahead, and this was very costly for Joseph. Also air factor 2 being nice as always. Joseph switched to the medium and not to the soft, so he's on a 2-stopper. And onto lap 13 we see the first move by Joseph against a hard runner who hasn't pitted yet, the Alpha Del Zaca of, I think it was Lucchini, but I'm not sure, as the race was, I don't know, like 2 months ago. And now Joseph needs to chase through the pack with the fresh medium tires. There's the Gallery 82 car, and that's gonna be a pretty easy move with the fresh tires, slipstream DRS, and push to pass, and that's up to, I think it was P20 at that time. And now lap 15, I have saved my tires pretty well, and as you see, Dragoon is struggling a bit. I'm really close to him, and I thought this was the opportunity. Press push to pass, DRS, slipstream, and now go around the outside of him and brake really late, leave him just enough space and make the move stick up to P4. And I needed to push so much, and as you see, I was in the lead, lap 17. I decided to do an overcut because I thought maybe they will get into traffic, which was definitely the right choice in the end, as they were stuck behind Matt Richards in the Luna car. So I decided, going long, which was more ideal. But what you need to remember is that we have a slow pit stop upgraded team, so our pit stops are usually slower than everybody else. So it would have been basically a miracle to overcut them, as they had fresh tires and this faster pit stop. But as you see, there's Jakob, there's Micah, but we overcutted our championship rival, Jose Soriano, which is really good. And Joseph is still making his game through the field against the King's Racing car now. And the King's Racing will not defend really, but he's just moving over a little bit, lap 21. And he stays side by side there with Joseph, still on the inside, but with the fresher tires, Joseph makes it stick pretty easily. Lap 28, Joseph goes for a second stop for another set of the medium tire, and now it's basically about damage limitation for him, as the collision with Milano costed him a lot, and another set of the mediums, and his main goal is now trying to achieve top 10. And now, as you see, push to pass, DS, slipstream, and through he goes through the KV86 car, who moved up with us from FS2, and they are doing alright this season. They kept the same driver lineup for this year, but not to me, we had such a big change, which was a good choice, I think, in the end. And now Joseph against the Alpha Delta car makes it pretty easily. Through he goes, and is now up to P10, and now against the King's Racing car of Body Lawless, who got banned from GPVWC because of reasons I don't want to get into, but it wasn't really nice. And they are fighting still around. Body is defending that pretty well, nearly losing the car out of the second to last corner. And lap 40, 3 laps to go, and now Joseph wants to make this move 6. His tires are also now a bit worse, and it's not the best with the old. It's not much better with the old medium against the old hard. The old hard is a pretty good race tire, but now Body runs very right, and now Joseph is nearly on the inside of Borders, and now there's wide open, push to pass, and going through the outside, nearly losing the car and trying to stay on the outside. Body gives the room, fair play to him, and now down the inside, and Joseph makes the move stick. Lap 43. The final lap, I tried to have a go at Micah once, but it didn't help, and I just couldn't overtake with this dirty and having even fresher tires. But crossing the finishing line, P3, it was a good race from my side. Finished ahead of my championship rival, which was important. Here you see the race result. Jakob won his first race, Micah with his first SE2 podium, me in P3 and Joseph in P9. Driver standings now 29 points ahead of my home race, which I was very excited for, which will be uploaded in the next week. We are still leading the Constructors' Championship by quite a margin, and yeah, that was the video. That was the review of Silverstone. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a like, leave a follow, and we will see us next time in Nürburgring. Bye bye.